You got it. You got it. Is it? We're in. We made it.
We're in here.
Trevor,
Testing,
would
Zach
you like
Wilson.
to speaking of Zach Wilson, would you like to let us know what you were saying about Zach Wilson earlier? That changed our minds on why.
So important introductions that everyone needs to know. One, I'm Trevor Neal, professional in what I do. Two, Zach Wilson, bust prospect. When you see his face, that's not NFL quarterback face right there. That's Disney Channel Camp Rock face. And that's all I have to say.
I'm convinced. Cole, what about
Joe
you?
Jonas face right there. That's a Joe Jonas face, bro. That's
Not
a Jonas
Aaron
Brothers face, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Sponsored
Anyways.
by Mud Light.
Oh yeah, sponsored by Bud Light. Shout out to Bud Light.
I don't drink.
Wow. What an intro, y'all. We have the most professional podcast of all time. Like, honestly. Like, what even is, like, The Herd or anything? Like, this is where you should get your NFL news from right here.
The most,
Bro, the most consistent. Yes, most reliable, most consistent, most professional.
We called it here first. Zach Wilson will be a bust because this man looks like he would get his starting job replaced on the high school football team on a Disney Channel movie by Trey Lance.
By Trey
Anyways.
Lance, important fact.
Bro, honestly, both Mac Jones and what's his name, Zach Wilson, both look like that. Honestly,
You're not wrong.
but Mac Jones just has the dad bod, so it makes up for his
But
face.
did you see the strut? That's an NFL starter strut when he went up to the draft stage.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
True.
That man was walking on a mission, bro. That's
was-
Bill Belichick WWE style, man.
Bro, he was walking like a Sims character. I swear. I was saying it when we were watching it together, Koa. I was like, bro, why
Yeah,
is he
that's
walking
funny.
like that? Okay, anyways.
Bro, but I don't blame him though.
Yeah. Oh, that man was
You went
ready.
from number 3 to 15, bro. You better get up that fucking stage.
I'd be happy. If I'm a quarterback, I'd love to go to the Patriots instead of like the Jets. You know, or even the Niners. Like, I'd rather go to the Patriots for sure.
You're onto something there. You're not
I don't
wrong.
blame you.
Yeah. Okay, anyways. That's the intro, I guess. That's how we're introducing the podcast today. All right. So
And
what are we
that's the mixed report.
we'll just end. Okay, everyone, hit the stop
Bro,
button.
this man Trevor's already carrying, bro.
He came in. He's a permanent addition off rip.
Let's go.
Wait. Oh, I almost forgot what we were talking about. Okay, I have my notes pulled up. Draft steals. All right. So what, I guess I'll go first since we're just gonna jump right in. So, all right, draft steals. Honestly, there was like a ton of draft steals, I think. Like, I was going through just like 4th and 5th round picks, and I was like, I actually have absolutely no idea who to say. I decided not to go with any 1st or 2nd round picks because I feel like Justin Fields and Asante Samuel would just be the easiest cop-outs of all time. So instead, I feel like this guy is not getting the hype he deserves. For my draft steal, I'm going with Jalen Darden out of North Texas. He's a guy who I actually watched. Trevor knows how much I just put on random like bottom feeder teams who he doesn't care
The
about.
most bottom feeder teams. I'm trying to watch Ole Miss games, and he's like, turn on North Texas.
Like, Ole Miss is any better. But anyways.
SEC.
Yeah, so I just remember, I don't know, I was just bored, and I forgot who North Texas was playing, but it was like a Wednesday night game or something, and I needed my football fix. And I just saw them highlighting Jalen Darden, who I'd never heard of at the time. And this dude has, like, shattered every North Texas wide receiver record, which, like, it's North Texas, so I'm not going to look too deep into that. But then I watched the game, and I was like, oh, yeah, like, he's different. This man, I know me and Ko were talking about Rondale Moore and Kadarius Toney being really elusive when we were going over our mock draft. This dude is insanely elusive. He's really good, like, after the catch. They would throw him screens. They would, mess around with him behind the line of scrimmage. Just get him involved on the offense in any way they could, like on gadget plays. But then obviously he's also like the leading receiver for North Texas. So he's got incredible just route running from what I could tell, at least at the intermediate level. So, and he went to the Bucks. That's what makes it a steal in my opinion. He went to the Bucks, who already have an incredible receiving core. But I guess Mike Evans, he's not old, but he's old-ish, I guess, to the point where you might want to start looking at like drafting just more receivers to maybe complement him. You know, you have Chris Godwin on the franchise tag. You don't know if he's going to be able to come back next year. Antonio Brown's there, but it's Antonio Brown. You can never trust Antonio Brown. And then, yeah, I guess you have Scotty Miller, who's young, good deep threat. Obviously kind of came out last season, balled out a little bit. And they also have Tyler Johnson out of Minnesota, who I really like. And they got him. That was a late-round steal as well. I think they got him in the 5th round. I think Jalen Darden can come up and take that slot spot like sooner rather than later. I think he will be getting involved in the offense. Maybe not too much this year, but definitely next year. And I'm hoping to just see him on the field because that man makes plays. So I don't know if that's what y'all were expecting me to say or if y'all had even really heard much about Jalen Darden, but just watch out. That's the name I want to, I guess, throw out there. So there you go. Who's next? Who wants to follow that up? My Mel Kiper analysis.
Oh, man.
Never heard of that guy. So.
Same, literally. I remember you bringing him up briefly, but like I would literally be lying to you if I'd said, "Oh yeah, such a good pickup."
Yeah,
you know,
Jalen
he's been
Darden.
balling out. You know, blah blah blah. You know, yeah. Bro, this man literally made me kind of switch my whole position because he said no firsts or seconds. I was really eyeballing a lot of seconds.
That was for me. Especially if it's like a late second, because I feel like I know who you're about to say. Like you can totally say him as a steal because I think he's a steal.
Wait. Who do you think I was gonna say?
Come on, Nostradamus.
Terrace Marshall.
Terrace Marshall. You know, honestly, I may have to. I won't say he's the biggest. I'll just say maybe like underrated steals. I'll say like people, like steals that no one are talking about. I think Terrace Marshall, man, this dude, you want to say big body and speed. Like he has the frame, but also has the footwork with it to literally, alongside with Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore. You just want to talk about flat out speed. That trio right there is going, like you cannot have anybody not on top. Like you always have to have a safety on top. And the one thing that I do like about him is, Christian McCaffrey, he's very small. Robbie Anderson's pretty small. DJ Moore is not the tallest, but you actually got a big body now. Physical. And he makes a lot of contested catches too.
Yeah.
Like I really think that he would really benefit with Sam Darnold because we all are very big advocates for Sam Darnold as well. Like I think he'll flourish in Carolina, especially with that up-and-coming defense, like I always say. And a low-key underrated pick was that boy Hubbard, that running back to pair with
Chuba Hubbard,
McCaffrey, man.
I feel like he fell super far.
Yeah, I was expecting him to go a lot earlier too, actually, for sure. That was weird. What round was it? Was it like fourth round?
Like I'm really frustrated with the Panthers, man. They're doing it so beautifully well. And the Falcons, you know, they're stuck in dead cap money. They don't know what they're doing. They're doing a good job of what they can, but it's like, bro, the Panthers, man, I think they're gonna they're making playoffs. If they don't, it'll literally be because Sam Darnold just isn't who we think he is. But I think they're making playoffs.
You think
I think they're the second best team in that division
in the NFC South?
I think they make the playoffs.
That is very
I
bold.
think the Panthers make the playoffs, man.
I still don't think they're the second best team in that division. I still got the Buccaneers and the Saints.
Who's better?
The Saints.
The Saints?
Yeah.
Never.
Well, I know that y'all aren't gonna agree with me on that one.
Never, no.
The Saints.
And I give props to where it's due, but like
Sean
Payton
Drew Brees
isn't
was
there no
limited
more,
with
man.
Drew last year, and they still made the playoffs. So
wow, so Jameis Winston's gonna. I don't see.
I don't know. I can see it. That's all I'm saying is I can see it.
Okay.
That's sacrilegious.
Kind of went a little bit off track, but
oh yeah, we did.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, man, and it says here this man Marshall's only 20 years old.
Yeah, he's
young.
Yeah, he's young.
This man has a lot to improve on, and this man's gonna learn a lot.
I just love him on the perimeter.
About being a receiver.
Because, like you said, the Panthers have a lot of like slot guys, right? They have all of their players could like fit in the slot and ball out, right? I feel like that's why they were comfortable letting Curtis Samuel go. But that's like a perfect scheme fit. I think they finally have that guy who can just like be on the perimeter. I mean, I guess you got Robbie Anderson there who kind of does that, but outside of him, you don't really have guys on the perimeter. DJ Moore can do it too, but that's like a true, like, line him up outside and let him work. You know, you're never gonna line him up in the slot, and I don't know. I do love that pick. I feel like that is a good steal schematically. So that was your steal though, or did I just convince you to switch it up?
No, that was my steal.
Okay, so I got it right.
That or like, or JOK or what's his name? Rondale Moore, my boy Rondale, man.
Yeah, that's your guy.
Yeah, that's my guy.
All right, Trevor.
But we got Trevor.
Sorry. Wait, were you saying something?
We're pivoting.
Oh, my fault.
Say what?
No. Go for it.
Nice.
I was so confused.
Just my professionalism coming out, you know. Got to keep it official.
Yeah,
you know, make sure everything's staying on track.
So y'all said you're not doing early second rounders. You're going for the late round. Trevor doesn't care. Trevor's going early second round. Trevor's going his boy from Ole Miss, Elijah Moore. You cannot tell me in any other year that doesn't include Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, all these crazy guys, Elijah Moore isn't a first-round draft pick.
I agree.
That boy is
This man took off 3 receivers.
Insane. He is
insane.
Listen, we already know about DK Metcalf. We already know about A.J. Brown. You know, low-key, wide receiver you. As Mark Ingram said, you and your mama can argue about it. He is the only Rebel in history to surpass 200 yards in 3 games. DK didn't do that. AJ didn't do that. Now they got this crazy offense, bro. I know. But he carried that offense.
He did.
He is the one. He is the one. And him sliding down to round 2, I'm telling you, a lot of teams are going to be pissed off. They let that happen. He's going to murder teams in the slot.
He will.
He's going to be AB if AB was even better than AB.
Okay.
That's how crazy he's going to be. They got these similar measurements. AB's got him on height by, half an inch. He's got him a couple, about 12 pounds, 10, 12 pounds on him. I'm telling you. And so, funny story about Elijah Moore. I know y'all remember that Mississippi State game, not last year, but the year before, when he, peed in the end zone. Everyone hated him. I stood by my guy. I loved it. Pee in that end zone again next year. We lost. That's the kicker's fault. I love it. I love everything this dude brings. He's my steal of the draft easily.
He is a steal. Like you're not wrong about that. He was a big reason why I think both me and Koa had him, or had the Jets winning the draft, was because of the value they were able to get, like, everyone. And I feel like his value, like, that's a mid first round talent that you're able to get, like, early second round. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Michael Pittman pick, when everyone thought Michael Pittman was going to go in the first round, and then he ended up just sliding somehow. So the Colts snagged him at the top of the second, and now he looks like a pretty good receiver for the Colts. But I will say the one thing about...
He doesn't care about Carson Wentz's feelings.
True, he's a certified savage. So you have that. But one thing about Elijah Moore is I had no idea how short he was, because every time I would watch Ole Miss, when you had it put on in the living room, he just played like he was huge. Like, obviously, the speed is there. But I think what's really underrated about his game is his jump ball ability. I didn't really hear a lot of people talking about it. I haven't really brought it up much from when he's been brought up on the podcast so far, but I could have swore he was like 6 foot, 6'1". Like, he didn't look super tall or anything, but he just plays so much bigger than he is while still having that kind of elusiveness and run after catch ability and the jump ball ability. So I will say I do love that pick for the Jets, and it was a huge reason why I had him winning the draft.
Plays like a big boy. He's not afraid of nothing. He plays big boy football.
Bro, the one thing I can say is I literally love the energy that this man brings. Did I agree with everything he said when he brought up DK and AJ? Mm-hmm. Like those are 2 of like the top 20 receivers in the NFL. Like, okay, I mean, let's let him get on the field and see how he does. But I still love the energy, though. Yeah, this man believes in his guy, and he's loyal to his players, so I can't knock him for that. I like the take, though.
And Ole Miss,
baby.
They are jacked. Low key, both AJ Brown and DK Metcalf are two of the most jacked receivers I've ever seen. That one picture of them
DK
like
is a
entering the
Greek
draft.
god.
I think they say like 4% body fat at the combine. I'm like, that doesn't even sound healthy. I feel like you couldn't be living.
He said it doesn't even sound.
That doesn't sound right at all.
Bro, that's not healthy.
Okay, good steal though. Good steal. Trevor's off to a good start. We're monitoring every pick to make sure if he could maybe come back at a later date, you know. So far so good.
This is my crucible.
Yeah, one mess up and you're gone. We're gonna actually cut the podcast if you mess up at all.
They're kicking me off, guys.
Okay, but anyways, Trevor, actually what I wanted to talk about, in case y'all didn't know listening, Trevor is both a Falcons fan and a Washington fan, which is pretty dope because I'm a Washington fan and Ko is a Falcons fan. So I wanted to kind of get into the Washington offseason a little bit. I haven't done too much of like a deep dive or anything outside of the draft as far as the offseason goes, but some stuff has been coming out recently and I just kind of wanted to talk about it. So for me to start off with, I think it was like yesterday or today that it was posted on like the Washington Instagram. Apparently Jack Del Rio made a comment about keeping Landon Collins at safety, which is a huge change because everyone's been saying Landon Collins is about to play linebacker, which I was totally on board with. I really wanted that to be the case. But apparently they want to keep him at safety. And I'm not going to sit here and judge Jack Del Rio's defense because we have an incredible defense. I'm just a little confused because with the emergence of Cam Curl and the lack of a true free safety, I would have thought moving Collins to linebacker, keeping Curl in that role that he thrived in last year, and then picking up maybe a veteran like Trey Boston or some form of just good rangy free safety to kind of hang over the top. That's the direction I was assuming Jack Del Rio and Ron Rivera would go, but I just thought that was so weird for them to make that statement so early. I don't know if it's a smokescreen or if it's just a rumor or what, but I'm pretty sure it's been like confirmed that we're gonna just play him there. So I don't know. I just thought that was a little weird. If you have any comments on that, Trevor, because I mean I'm sure you saw the reports about Landon being moved to the linebacker, but I don't know. I feel like that's what I would want. I feel like that would have been a lot of fun, and I feel like I just don't know what they do with Cam Curl if they move or they keep Collins at safety, because I feel like they're paying him that much money. They're not going to have him coming off the bench or being a second string or anything. So, yeah.
I think they're going to get creative. I think, as you said, there's no reason to just waste money that guys on the bench, especially guys that can't play. Mm-hmm. And Cam Curl, he kind of popped off last year. So I definitely foresee maybe what you said being a smokescreen, because also Landon Collins, he is very versatile. He can do linebacker. He can do safety. There's no way that they don't get creative with that. I don't see them locking him into a concrete role next year.
That's fair. And I guess, that actually makes a lot more sense, too, because I know Jack Del Rio does get creative, and I don't know. I just feel like he's always had a strong defense, even if he's never had a strong team. When he was the head coach of the Raiders, I mean, with Khalil Mack, that defense was still scary. I remember he was the head coach when he had 5 sacks or something crazy, and it was in like one half against the Chargers or something like that. But yeah, no, I guess, and especially knowing just where our defense is headed, I feel like having maybe a safety to just kind of be versatile, play him in the box, just get creative with him while still having Cam Curl kind of be in that prototypical strong safety role. I guess, yeah, that actually does make sense. And then there's one more thing I wanted to bring up, just from my point of view, or I guess just something I wanted to talk about, is our only undrafted free agent signing thus far. Maybe there's another one, but at the time, like right now, I'm pretty sure there's only one. And usually we're pretty, like, I don't know, I feel like we grab a lot of undrafted free agents after the draft. I know we grabbed Thaddeus Moss last year and a bunch of other guys, but this year we only grabbed one. But it's one of my favorite undrafted free agents. I don't know if you really bought into this a lot, but Jarrett Patterson, signing him, the running back out of Buffalo, I think. I love this signing because I remember I was at my friend's house and they had this game on because they just were like, are y'all seeing this? That was the game he had 8 touchdowns and 400 yards in one game. I'm not sure if you knew about this, but wow. Yeah. And I think it was over like a 2-game span. He had like 12 touchdowns. He had like 4 touchdowns the week before, the week after, which is just ridiculous. So
I mean, I do that easily on NCAA 14.
Bro, my Madden player would just go insane. Like he has nothing on him.
No, that's crazy. That's video game numbers.
It is. It's absurd. And I'm just curious to see if we can get that kind of production. Not that kind of production. We won't get that kind of production, but you see more and more, I feel like now with undrafted rookie running backs just kind of going crazy. We had Phillip Lindsay a couple years ago. We had James Robinson last year. Now, obviously, we have Antonio Gibson, who I think has locked up that, valuable RB1 spot. But behind him, I know we have God, why can't I think of his name? Receiving back. JD McKissick, who I actually like. Yeah. I think he's solid in that role. Peyton Barber was a good third down back. Not third down back, but just like a power back to maybe get it on like 3rd and 1, 4th and short, goal line. He actually did very good, I think, in the limited snaps we gave him for that kind of stuff. But
he did. He showed up.
But, like, I don't know. I love having, like, a 1-2 punch, not needing 3 different running backs to do 3 different things. Like, and this is kind of foreshadowing for later, but kind of having, like, a Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram type offense where you just have one guy who's insane and then another guy who's a beast at just 2 different things. And you can just run that. And then you can have fresh legs after them, right? Maybe just, like, a 3rd running back to come in when both guys aren't fresh, and then that just keeps everyone's legs fresh and moving. And I feel like Jarrett Patterson could kind of be a really solid, work his way up to maybe even running back 2 for us, just because, I have no idea how he went undrafted. I would have assumed after a game like that and solid production over his college career that he would at least go like round 6. But that's just something I wanted to bring up because I love that signing. I do wish we would have gone after more players, though. But, yeah, I just wanted your opinion on that. And then I know you were saying about, what was it? Some offensive lineman? I don't know. I forgot. But if you wanted to bring that up.
It was Charles Leno Jr. We just got him.
We picked him up already? Maybe I misheard.
No, I don't think we picked him up, but we're in talks with him now. And, I feel like he can be serviceable. I know he, I think he said Pro Bowl in 2018. Granted, that's not 4 years away.
Not too long ago.
2021. But, we can make something happen with that. We got Flowers, too, back. Who also, I think he's interesting. He was
I like Flowers.
Throwing with the Giants. But he kind of turned it around with us. Went to the Dolphins. Came back. He had to refine that magic that we gave him.
Yeah.
And then also, I don't know if you paid attention to the international signings.
Oh, Samis Reyes.
Tight end.
Yeah, yes,
Reyes. He looks like Hercules.
He looks like God. DK, but like even bigger somehow.
Yes.
Dude, he's interesting. Massive.
That's the word for it.
Yeah. I think he ran like a 4.6 something and has like a crazy vertical too because he played college basketball. And I love
Jimmy Graham stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I love the college basketball to tight end route because I feel like there's a lot of good tight ends who have gone undrafted and then, or I guess basketball players, maybe like the undersized power forwards who grab a ton of rebounds. People like that have ended up. Antonio Gates did the same thing, I think. So Jimmy Graham, yeah. I love that. I hope, man, because I really do like Logan Thomas. I know you know how high I am on Logan Thomas, but we have no one behind him. Gosh. Continue.
I mess with him as well. I think he's got something.
Yeah, especially for his first year being a full-time starter at a position to play that well. Because tight end is kind of weak outside of like the elite guys. I feel like there's a cliff. There's not really a lot of guys who are just good or like above average. I feel like he's one of those guys who actually kind of makes that, hits that tier. But yeah, no, I hope Samis Reyes can at least be better than Jeremy Sprinkle. If he can be better than Sprinkle, I think we have something. Which isn't hard though. It shouldn't be too hard for him.
His last name is Sprinkle.
Yeah, man, he's terrible. He's terrible.
Jeez.
He cannot.
Zach Wilson thing.
No cap though. It's always the backup tight ends that have the wackiest names, bro. Like seriously, it's always the backup tight end.
Give me another example. Give me another example of a backup tight end with just a whack name.
A Sloss, whatever that boy's name is.
Who?
That played for the Jags, a Slodney or whatever.
Oh, Shaughnessy. Yeah, I brought him up when I was like, Jags, please draft tight end.
That boy that played for the Patriots for like forever. I forgot what his name is. He was like a blocking tight end. I forgot what his name was. He had a crazy last name too.
Bro, I don't know.
You probably don't know his name.
Yeah, I have no idea.
He's not in college. Miles won't know him.
That's a fair narrative. That's a fair narrative so far. With how much I've milked the draft and how we're still milking the draft.
Literally.
Right now. Fair enough. Good point.
100%.
Good point. Okay, but Koa, I know you've kind of been sitting in the background while me and Trevor.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna take a back seat.
Falcons
I'll let you two
Time to
talk this
shine.
out. Let the guests shine. Let you two shine. You know.
Okay, bet. So I'll just start off. I'll start with the likes and then I'll start with I dislike. Because honestly, so far, with what Trash Dimitrov and Trash Quinn left behind for Terry Fontenot and Arthur Smith to work with, they did the best that they could, honestly. I don't blame them. Like, they've messed us up so bad that we don't even have money to pay our draft class. That's why there's talks of this Julio trade stuff, because after June 1st, that's when we will, like, have like maybe like a -4 cap hit instead of like a 20+ cap hit if we do it now. So I honestly do think Julio's out of the way. But anyways, back to the likes. It's just every time I think about that, I just get frustrated because this man has literally been at Atlanta since 2011, and it's just sad to see my favorite player go out.
I mean,
but
he's the face of the franchise, man. I'm with you there.
He is.
Yeah.
Bro. He's so
that's a Hall of Famer, man. But anyways, the likes. What I do like is they addressed versatility on the defense, especially in the secondary. All of our corners, like I said before, they can. Richie Grant can play either safeties, and he can tackle, and he can ball hog. He's literally the jack of all trades. And then you have that boy, what's his name, Hall. You have Hall, and then you have Williams, who are versatile, which they played safety, corner, and slot. They can do it all. And I feel like in that Dean Pease defense, you're going to need players to be all over the field. They're going to have a lot of different looks to throw a lot of quarterbacks off, and that'll really help our defense, because one of the dislikes I didn't like about what we did is we didn't address the pass rush at all. We've been missing out with John Abraham for I don't know how long. We haven't had, ever since that one anomaly with Vic Beasley, Trash Beasley, since he's out of here.
Yeah.
We haven't had a consistent pass rusher, and Grady needs help, and Dante Fowler needs to show up. And our first DN was picked in like round 6, but granted, another like that I did like that they did was they addressed the O-line. Losing Alex Mack was probably the biggest loss for the Falcons that hasn't been talked about at all, because before we got Alex Mack, our O-line was trash. Matt Ryan had literally no time to throw with, what is that man's name? Sam Baker blocking for him, Peter Kahns. Like, Trent knows them days, man. Them days were terrible, man. So it didn't really change for us until we got Alex Mack to really help address the different types of protections to protect Matt Ryan, and us getting that man out of Stanford and us getting that boy out of Michigan. What are their names? I forgot their names. I'm so sorry. Mayfield and something else. I forgot. Jalen Mayfield and the other boy.
I know Jalen
I
Mayfield.
thought we were professionals.
We are
Cole.
professionals.
You're
that
messing up.
boy out of Stanford.
I'm about to replace you with Trevor
Oh,
full
you're
time.
right. You're right.
Hold on, let me pull this up.
Hey, if what's his name? If Miles has no idea who he is, then nobody does. So
Hey man, I
Hey,
was
you
look.
hit that one on the head.
In the notes I put Falcons breakdown, Koa and Trevor. So I just was like, let me take a back seat, you know. Let's see.
let's not
see.
disrespect him. What's his name? What's that boy's
Kyle
name?
Pitts, blah blah blah. Taquan Graham, Drew Dahlman, the center.
Drew Dahlman. Okay.
Right.
I was thinking Drew Stanton for some reason.
the backup QB, the
Yeah,
cheerleader.
for the Cardinals. Yeah, that played
He's
for
the-
the Cardinals.
he's the
I was
cheerleader.
thinking Drew Stanton.
But
Yeah, we got Dahlman.
Love him.
So we addressed the O-line as a very big need, and also safety. Safety was a very big need, and they addressed that really quick. And you guys know I love my boy Richie Grant. Like I said before, I listened to an interview that they did on the radio, and that man just has that safety, just personality. He's not your cliche, just like, oh, I put in the work, blah, 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 and I just go about my day. Like, no, like he actually shows that he has some personality to him, and I feel like he can really get the team I guess, riled up to really play some real defense, because those are the type of players that we need, because we don't really have those type of players, especially in our secondary. So someone to command a defense and keep everyone in check, because we lost 3 of our top safeties. So the communication on the back end has really hit us really big time. And we have a very young secondary too. So I feel like us getting a player like Richie Grant was very pivotal for us. And that's all I really like about the offseason so far. I mean, they made many moves here and there. Mike Davis was a pretty underrated pickup as well. I really do wish that they did draft a running back too. But I mean, overall though, the draft, I'm still satisfied. But because of our money situation, we weren't really able to be as flexible as we could have because of Trash Dimitrov. But yeah.
No, I mean, the dislikes, Koa hit them all on the head for me. You know, I'm trying not to regurgitate everything he said, but it's looking like Julio has to be on the way out, what you said with the cap. And that's just messed up to see as a Falcons fan. That's not right. It's just, it doesn't sit right in your stomach. You know, that's Julio. That's the Atlanta Falcon. Seeing him in a different uniform is going to feel bad. And then if we end up playing him and he tears us up, it's going to feel even worse.
Oh, that would suck.
And I get, you know, I think he's getting towards the later years. I think he's, 32 or something?
Yeah, he's in his 30s.
Yeah.
But he's also Julio Jones.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the biggest dislike. The cap situation, that is just brutal. I think that's going to put us in a bad spot for the next few years. You know, it's hard to have a bright forecast, but going on to my likes, Kyle Pitts, and Kyle Pitts.
I love that
dude
pick, man.
is insane. I was somehow convinced, just being a Falcons fan, being used to this, we were going to throw. We were going to somehow
That's what Koa said. That's what Koa said.
Not pick the clear
Yes, bro.
best player in the draft. Somehow, some way, we weren't going to pick Kyle Pitts. I regained a little bit of faith in the Falcons because he's going to be insane. I mean, I'm saying minimum All-Pro, Pro Bowl talent, maximum Hall of Fame.
Okay. I thought you were talking about this year. I was like, whoa.
In his career.
But
in his career.
I do agree. I do agree with that statement.
This year, I'm seeing easy tight end 1 status. I'm throwing in the
Yeah.
He's going to adjust. He's going to adjust just like that. He is a freak of nature.
Yeah.
He is, and so I love it. You mentioned our safety pick. I don't even know his name. I'm not going to pretend I do.
Richie
We
Grant.
need a safety, though. I know that. Richie Grant.
Yeah, we need a safety,
I know
though.
that much. So I can't be mad at that. And then, as you said, Davis, running back from Carolina, he played really well.
Yeah.
When McCaffrey was out. It's Mike Davis, right?
Yeah. Mike Davis.
He played starting level when McCaffrey was out. I like that pickup. I feel like he feels something good that we need. And if somehow we find a way to keep Julio, then I'm excited. I'm excited for this season. I really see us potentially getting in there in the playoffs, man.
Wild card.
If we lose Julio,
I think Falcons can make playoffs.
I
think it's there because a lot of our games were winnable last year, man. It's just Dan Quinn, bro. The Cowboys onside kick, the Bears us blowing a 26-10 lead with like 5 minutes left in the game to Nick freaking Foles, and we.
And don't forget about when Todd Gurley scored that touchdown. He was not supposed to.
Oh yeah,
Todd Gurley
against Detroit. Matt Ryan said,
touchdown.
"Don't score." This man scored. That's why Todd Gurley.
Gotcha. Went ahead and scored.
Yeah.
Hey, he did my fantasy team a service, though.
I'll say, Trevor, I think those were the moments that converted Alex from a part-time Falcons fan to a full-time Bills fan.
Oh, 100. He watched that and he just put on his Bills uniform.
Yeah, he was done. Because I know he's been a fan of both for since he's watched football, but he was just done after that.
Mm-hmm.
He was just no.
Bro, I don't blame him, bro.
No more Falcons. At least not this year.
I would have done the same if, the football team didn't win the division at 7-9.
Yeah.
The
enough.
Falcons are the only team that could lose a game by not getting on an onside kick, lose by scoring a touchdown, and lose to to a quarterback getting benched at halftime and you being up 16 points with like 5-6 minutes left in the game. Man, I hate being a Falcons fan sometimes.
It sucks.
Didn't that happen
And
to the?
Miles mentioned.
Oh, go for it. Go ahead.
It's Miles mentioned. It's a good blend that I'm a fan of both teams, but it's also a terrible blend. All I know is losing and failure.
Recently, yeah, over the 2010s were not nice to you, Trevor. They were not.
Bro,
nice to you.
RG3 though. RG3.
That's what got me into football.
Me a football team fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh, okay. Let's go. I think you told me that
and
before.
And then he broke my heart.
Yeah. His knees broke my heart.
Yeah, exactly.
So sad. I wanted to actually say something though for the Falcons because y'all were talking about running back and wishing y'all drafted a running back. Y'all actually picked up a running back who I thought was also going to get drafted late in Javion Hawkins out of Louisville.
Boy Hawkins.
Yeah, I like him, man. And I'm telling you, people are sleeping on these undrafted running backs. They always come in and make an impact. Like every team, it seems like, has an undrafted running back. If they sign one, that comes in and does something. So I don't know. I just like it.
I got my eye on him.
Yeah.
I got my eye on him because I was watching some highlights, but that boy's fast.
Mm-hmm.
Need to check him out.
Yeah,
Trent.
he's quick.
That boy's fast.
Home run ability.
See what we're working with here.
All right. So now I guess what next up is Rookie of the Year predictions.
Whoop whoop.
So I guess I'll start. I haven't talked in a little bit, so I'll start real quick. I'm about to make the most basic offensive Rookie of the Year prediction of all time, just because it goes to quarterbacks every single year, and I feel like his fit, or at least his situation, isn't as bad as what people say. I will not say Zach Wilson, Trevor. Don't worry. I won't say Zach Efron. I'm gonna go with the hyped up prospect. I'm gonna go with Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence is gonna get it. Oh crap! Hold on, my AirPods just died. Give me a second. Professionalism 2.0. Although I will say,
I thought we were pros here.
Instead, okay, I'm gonna continue with my defensive Rookie of the Year later, but I'm gonna just let y'all go real quick because I need to put my beats on. So if one of y'all want to give your predictions before I come back,
for the offensive.
Just whatever. Just if y'all want to do it. Because it's going to take me like 2 seconds to just put my beats on.
Okay, bet.
All right, bet.
I'll go offensive Rookie of the Year then. You know what?
Who you got?
This man said Trevor Lawrence, but I think I'm going to run with that boy Zach Wilson. I'm going to go with Zach Wilson. Because like he said, hear me out. Like he said before, he said that it usually goes to quarterbacks. Could I be a Falcons fan and be biased, say Kyle Pitts? I could, but I'm not going to because he would have to have like the greatest tight end season of all time to win that. So there aren't the other quarterbacks like Justin Fields, Mac Jones, and what's that boy's name? Mac Jones, Trey Lance. I don't think they're going to be able to play a full season. So I think it'll be in between Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence. Even though Justin Herbert didn't play a full season. But Joe Burrow got hurt, so that's why. So anyways, yeah. So I think I would go with Zach Wilson. I just think your boy Elijah Moore is going to literally have a great time having Zach Wilson as his quarterback. And I also feel that the picks that they made to not only protect him, but also that culture change in New York, I feel like Zach Wilson could actually thrive on the Jets. I really feel like he could. It would be outside of the norm for him to, but him taking this draft really put them in the best possible situation for him to succeed. So I feel like that man Zach Wilson is going to do better than that boy Trevor Lawrence. And like I said before, I think we gotta see what Trevor Lawrence could do in Jacksonville. We don't know what Urban Meyer looked like in the pros.
I'll say
we do not know.
I feel like we have a better shot with knowing what he's gonna be than we do with Zach Wilson. Though I feel like he's more of a surefire prospect. If you had to ask me,
But I think Koa brought up a good point. I feel like, he sold me once he brought up my boy Elijah Moore. Now it started making sense. He's going to carry it for the rookie of the year.
I should have known.
And plus, I'm going out on a limb. I'm just saying, you know what? Because honestly, out of all the QBs, the biggest chance to have someone be a draft bust, like it literally goes from Zach Wilson having like the highest ceiling to like
The lowest floor.
the lowest. Exactly.
Yeah, that's so true.
But I think the Jets did do a good job of building around him. I think even potentially better than the Jaguars with Trevor Lawrence.
I think so in this draft.
Yeah.
As far as first-year numbers with the supporting cast, I mean, I know the Jets were the laughing stock of the entire league. So were the Jaguars.
Yeah. Oh
I
wait.
feel like the Jets were a special type of bad.
I may have to take that back because I just realized they play in the AFC East and
That's true.
that is not an easy division. You got to play the Patriots, Bills, and Dolphins defense. Give me Trevor Lawrence.
He took it back. He took it back like that. Nope. No,
I took it back.
No
I took
going
it
back.
back.
No going back. It's you locked in Zach Wilson. That's what you have to go with now.
Bro, this man
The
Trevor
pick
Lawrence
is
is
in.
going to be able to play the Titans defense and the freaking Texans.
Yep. I was gonna get into
I
that.
respect the Colts. but not the other two defenses. So.
Yeah. So y'all's picks were interesting, albeit easy. But I'm going to take the bold route. I'm going to be fearless. I'm going to say Justin Fields. And you know what? How did he go from the number 2 prospect that showed out in the college football playoff? You look at that college football playoff the whole way through. Tell me he did not look like the best quarterback just from those 4 games. Or 2 games.
In the playoffs, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. At the end of it, and then he dropped astronomically to the Bears. And you brought up a good point. With Justin Herbert, didn't start the whole year. We don't know how injuries work out. You know, that's the variable here.
That's
And
fair.
who's going to really start over him for that long? Andy Dalton? Andy Dalton?
He was promised the
he's gonna
starting
keep
spot,
Justin
to be
Fields
fair.
Bro, he took the Bengals to the playoffs.
Well, yeah, he didn't take him there. He
I'm
wins.
just playing. I'm just playing.
The
He said
Red
Andy
Rocket
Dalton.
has a limited lifespan.
Man, if any of y'all are Bengals fans,
I'm
I'm so
seeing-
sorry.
I'm saying.
If you are a Bengals fan, I'm sorry.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry
anyone
in
out there,
general.
if you're a Bengals fan, quick condolences. But I really like Justin Fields. I feel like the Bears. I mean, first round steal as far as this goes. Best
Oh,
first
yeah.
round pick, easily. I think he has. I mean, obviously he's not a surefire Trevor Lawrence.
He is a man on a mission too this season. He is a man on a mission. He has a chip on his shoulder.
And those chips are effective.
Tom
Yeah,
Brady.
Doritos.
Doritos.
So that's what I'm saying.
What?
He said chips.
He's got that Dorito on his shoulder.
Facts.
Yeah, no cap.
Give him a
But no,
brand deal
man,
right now.
I'm locking in Justin Fields. I like him. I like the chip on his shoulder. I even like the situation with the Bears. It's a little fuzzy, but I see him surpassing Andy Dalton, and I see him taking charge of a team that, you know, the defense, that's more than serviceable in my opinion. And then you got the offense. It's not the worst supporting cast in the world. I feel like I'd be an insane man to say playoffs, but I could see rookie of the year for Justin Fields.
I will say, if you're a rookie and your first name is Justin, you tend to be really good based off of last year.
True.
We had the best quarterback, one of the best quarterback rookie seasons ever, and then the best rookie wide receiver seasons ever. At least in recent memory, for sure. By the Justins. So, all right. The Justins. I guess, should I even go into my Trevor Lawrence pick? I feel like it's just like, yeah, he's the best quarterback prospect. He's got Marvin Jones, DJ Chark, Laviska Shenault, his college running back.
Bro, no cap. I really did like that Justin Fields take.
That was
I
a
think
good
I'll
take.
take Fields over Lawrence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, don't let him sway
I'll take
you.
Fields over Lawrence.
Don't let him sway you.
He just got swayed. That's it.
I'm still sticking with my Zach Wilson because, like you said, we can't back down. So I'm gonna stick with Wilson, but I really do like that Fields one, man. That was a good take.
It was a good take. I will say that. Although I think I'm about to have the best defensive rookie of the year take ever. Let me get ready. Prep
God.
y'all up. I might have taken Coes because I know how much he loves this prospect and this player. I think defensive rookie of the year is going to go to Asante Samuel, 100%. That's my lock. That scheme,
Bro, he was a sleeper for me for that one.
that scheme combined with like, I don't know, just how he plays and what the Chargers ask out of their cornerbacks, it's literally perfect. It's literally perfect. And we said it when we made our mock. He was the only other cornerback that we thought was worth taking in the first round. So we were both high on him. I know we both loved, or I loved Greg Newsome, and then obviously the top two cornerbacks. We don't even need to mention them. But I just feel like he's the biggest need. Like he went to the team that needed cornerback the most, and he fits that scheme so well. I feel like he's gonna be just like able to ball hawk, kind of that off zone coverage, be able to jump a route. Just let him play like instinctive. Let him do what he's good at, and he's gonna be in a position to thrive. And I think recently we've seen cornerbacks getting more and more hype for like defensive player of the year. I know we got Stephon Gilmore. We had like, who was it who had a ton of picks last year? I don't know why I'm whiffing on his name. I'm just saying like cornerbacks and just secondary players in general are getting more buzz for defensive, I guess, awards. Because I know it used to be just kind of like edge rushers, whoever gets the most sacks, who can dominate at the line of scrimmage and rush the passer. But now I think we're getting to a point where we're showing secondary players more love. And I think Asante Samuel is going to flash. I feel like he's going to have the most crazy like rookie defensive highlights as far as like interceptions or just like press man. Because I don't know about y'all, but I love seeing a cornerback just lock down his side. There's something that's kind of entertaining about that. Oh, yeah. Like Jalen Ramsey highlights are dope, bro. He just shuts down. So yeah, that's my lock for defensive rookie of the year. And I know it's a harder thing to predict than offensive, I think, because defensive highlights are more situational, because I mean, if you're locking down your side and you don't get picks, it's, it doesn't really show up as much on the stat sheet. It's kind of harder you can make an impact on defense and not necessarily have the stats to show it, but I don't know. I feel like Asante Samuel's going to win over people's hearts. Give him defensive rookie of the year from me. That's my lock. Book it.
I don't. Thing is, like, I really want to because I do like Asante Samuel, but I just can't. They don't get the respect.
I know.
I feel like they typically do go to edge rushers and they typically go to linebackers because the last corner that won it was, I think Lattimore was nominated and like Peters won, but that was 2015 and 2017. Mm-hmm. Like, you gotta, like, those two cornerbacks, right when they got in, they were a solidified, like, cornerback one.
Right.
And could Asante Samuel have that hype to him? Yeah, but he's going to have to get a lot of interceptions. He's going to have to be locked down Pro Bowl automatic.
You'll see.
And we will see. So I think I'll go with, since it's not really a strong edge class, I'll go with the best pure athlete. And like I said, I picked him for my mock draft to go to the Patriots, which we literally fell in love with. But I think that man Parsons, Micah Parsons, man.
Trevor. That's so
Is this the most obvious pick to choose? Yes, it is pretty obvious to choose this one. But I feel like, especially with the hype with the Cowboys that they always get, if he balls out as the best linebacker on the squad automatically and that defense turns around, then he's going to get all the glitz and all the glamour that comes along with it. He's going to get all the commercials, all the money, all the traction, all the attention, everything that comes along his way if he really lives up to all the hype, mainly because he's a Cowboy and he's a baller. That is 6'5", 4'3" speed running at you. I'm sorry, like, place him anywhere on the field. If he's truly that difference maker that puts them over the edge, I don't see how he cannot win it, especially when there's not a strong edge class this year. So I don't think anyone's going to really rack up double digits off rip.
Jalen Phillips?
And if it comes from someone in the secondary, I think it would probably be your boy Horn or Surtain. More so than not. And then safety, I mean, I don't really know. So I think Micah Parsons pretty much, it's his award to lose. He's the favorite. If he doesn't win, it'll be on him.
You think
and he has the
whole
fan base on his side.
There's no way he's not, man. He's a freaking nature. Koa completely stole my pick. I don't know what else to say beyond it. I mean,
You can say it. You can.
I'm kidding.
We might have to edit that one out.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
making
sorry.
yeah.
We're gonna get canceled before we even hit 30 subs on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, right.
No cap.
But he's freaking nature. I don't know if y'all know this, but at his pro day, he hit 4.38 on his 40-yard. The record for a scouting combine is 4.39.
Are you serious?
He's 6'3", 246. He hit 19 times on the 225. He's a freak of nature.
Whew.
He's an absolute freak of nature. Coach said it best. It's his award to lose.
Yeah. I was gonna say I think his versatility coming out of high school, like he was picked up by Penn State as an edge rusher with no linebacker experience. And yeah, I know y'all were saying it's typically an edge rusher award. He has that versatility. I mean, he was a 5-star pass rusher coming out of high school. So I feel like he can rush the passer.
The record for linebackers.
Was it not Shaquem Griffin? I thought he had it.
Yeah, no, Shaquem Griffin.
Oh, he was with the fourth yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. I will say
he hit 4.39 on his pro day.
I'll say.
And one more thing to add is to an elite defense, which I'm not saying the Cowboys are going to have one, but I'm saying the key to having an elite defense is having that difference maker at the linebacker position. The Bucks really turned it on when they got that boy Devin White really emerging. The Panthers, when they were really dominant, they had Luke Kuechly. Of course, the Seahawks with Bobby Wagner. You have Ray Lewis, Urlacher. Like, if he can, even to a certain extent, Patrick Queen, when he started getting some traction and attention, it's because he started to emerge. So I feel like you get that one middle linebacker that's a difference maker, it puts your whole defense on a whole other level. And I think that if he can really change, if the Cowboys defense becomes good or better than what we expect, it'll be because of him. So
that's fair.
100%. I rock with that.
Okay. So is that our rookie of the year analysis right there?
Those are the predictions. Take him to the bank. Put your house on him.
Take mine to the bank. Mine are easy locks. Y'all are tripping. Micah Parsons.
Okay, Asante Samuel.
All right, and now I wrote this down with nothing, just fantasy talk, because I just want to talk fantasy. That's something we haven't brought up at all on the podcast yet.
Oh.
And I know
Gotta get into fantasy.
Trevor is the fantasy like fiend. This man goes crazy. He hit I remember because I thought I was like a pretty big fantasy guy. This dude had 3 different fantasy mock draft apps. He was making 5 mocks a day before we started our league up. He was going crazy.
Guess what? And I still finished in 6th place.
I made 1 mock draft and I had the best team easily. That championship game was a fluke. But anyways, I will say, I guess since we're milking the draft so much, why not talk about maybe some rookie offensive weapons that can, I guess, shine? I don't know. Could be fun.
I like that.
I will say, because I like to play PPR. I'm not going to lie. That's just been what I've played. I don't really play standard. I feel like it's kind of boring. I don't know. Gives more running back flexibility because, I mean, I guess some running backs just become godly with PPR. But for me, as far as a fantasy asset, this is going to be another one that's kind of, I feel like, a favorite. But I'm going to go running back, and I'm going to go Travis Etienne. I feel like he's going to be a beast on fantasy next year. I don't know. You don't agree?
Bold. That is very bold.
No.
Bro, that's my boy. But no.
Here's why. Can I explain why?
No.
At least PPR-wise. I'll explain why.
No, you can't even explain it.
I'm kidding. Go.
I've made the comparison a lot, and I already said I was foreshadowing this, but when the Saints had both Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara, they were both viable fantasy options. I don't think having 2 running backs stops you from being able to take both and have them be solid. And I think we're going to see something very similar in Jacksonville. I think they're not necessarily the best comps to each other. I don't think Travis Etienne is a direct comp to Kamara, and I definitely don't think James Robinson is a direct comp to Mark Ingram. However, they both excel at things that the other player excels at. You look at Travis Etienne's receiving ability; he might be one of the best receiving backs in the class. And Alvin Kamara is a beastly receiving back, as y'all know. Y'all get to watch him just demolish your team every, 2 times a year.
We don't talk about that.
But yeah, so I don't know. I'm really excited for what Travis Etienne can bring to that offense. I've already said I was skeptical of the pick at first. Excuse me, but it grew on me. I was like, I don't think, obviously if I'm James Robinson, that kind of ruffles my feathers because I just had a crazy season as an undrafted free agent. I beat out Leonard Fournette in training camp and had a great rookie season, and I'm getting paid dirt cheap, and now you'll get a first round receiver getting paid more money. But I don't know. I feel like it could work. And it gives the Jacksonville Jaguars more weapons to surround Trevor Lawrence, my lock for offensive rookie of the year. So I don't know. I feel like I kind of merged my takes there, but I love ETN as a fantasy option. So if y'all are listening to this for fantasy advice, ETN as your first rookie running back to take, guaranteed. Najee has no offensive line. Do not take Najee Harris. Nah, he'll still be solid though, for real.
Yeah, I'm gonna still go with Najee Harris just because solely the fact I think he's just gonna get the ball 24/7. Granted, he doesn't have an O line, but I feel like Pittsburgh is gonna literally give him the ball 24/7, whether it's catching, whether it's running, whatever you have him to do. I feel like he's not gonna beat Christian McCaffrey, but how they force feed Christian McCaffrey to make him a fantasy god in Carolina, I could definitely see Harris having that same effect. Okay. But he really doesn't have an O-line. Man.
He doesn't. Trevor,
they lost, 3 O-linemen? That's literally the only thing, but I still feel like he could put up really, really good numbers because it's not more so on the situation sometimes. Sometimes it's just if you get the ball a lot, then you're just a great fantasy option. If you can put up stats, bro, then you're set.
Fair.
Okay, I see you guys going with running backs, and I get it.
I already know who you're going to talk about.
I'll tell you what, I'm not in love with these running backs. I'm not. I don't buy it. As you said, no offensive line over there in Pittsburgh. Yeah, good luck when the whole thing opens up like a shopping mall door, and then you got to dodge, 250-pound men, maybe even higher, just all running for you full speed. Yeah, okay, good luck with that. Then you got James Robinson. That's going to be infectious the way they take away their touches. I don't like that. I'm going Jamar Chase. Okay?
Interesting.
I love Jamar Chase in Cincinnati. He's got Joey B, and I'm still suspect on him coming off that ACL. It's always a little rough and tumble with those injuries. But you got T. Higgins already there. You got Tyler Boyd. You're already taking away pressure. He's already got more room to work because he's got those other options. We just saw how Justin Jefferson popped off. And Jamar Chase had better stats than Justin Jefferson in the year they played together at LSU. He went off on less receptions. He played better. He had more touchdowns. He had more yards. I love the Jamar Chase pick. I know they should have gone potentially with Sewell, but I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the pick with Jamar Chase. And I'll tell you what.
Agreed.
He's going to light up fantasy. There's no way he doesn't. He's got the wide receivers to take off the pressure. He's got a quarterback who there's a question mark because of ACL, but beyond that, he's a stud. I mean, Joey B, stud. I mean, that video of him smoking the cigar after that Natty Champ win.
That was legendary.
Stud.
Legendary, yep.
Legendary. And so that's who, if you're watching this and you're concerned about fantasy, heed my advice. Ignore everything Miles says and listen to old Trevor over here. Trevor knows what he's talking about.
Bro, no cap. The Bengals did pretty good in the draft.
No, they had a solid draft for sure. A lot of teams did.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
I'm looking at their picks. Wow.
I was gonna say we kind of not disrespected. I still think the Raiders didn't have a great draft, but they did excellent with their safety picks. I don't really agree with where they went everywhere else, but those 3 back-to-back safety picks. Well, one of them, the guy out of Virginia Tech, I don't know. I'm whiffing on his name, but he's more of like a versatile linebacker safety hybrid. But I love what they did with that secondary. But yeah, just so many teams killed it. And I actually want to say, especially because y'all are Falcons fans, if Julio Jones gets traded, I have Kyle Pitts as a tight end 1 in fantasy next year. 100%.
100%. I'm with that.
Because, I mean, think about the touches he'll get. You know Matt Ryan loves, his tight ends. So.
And Arthur Smith.
Yep.
He got a Jonnu Smith over $40 million. Bro, imagine what he'd get Pitts, bro.
Oh, right.
Is that Calvin in the back? A little force.
Yeah, I was hoping y'all wouldn't hear that, but that is Calvin in the back yelling. I sent Allison out to go shush him, and it appears she only added to the noise.
Oh my gosh. That just rescinded his ticket for if he wanted to hop on here and be a guest. He's gonna have to wait. He's gonna have to get on some good boy behavior before we let him come on.
Right? He needs some good boy tokens.
Okay. Anything else you want to talk about with fantasy? I just really liked bringing up the rookies. But
moving past rookies, it is time. AJ Brown, wide receiver 1 season. Easy.
Actually,
Easy.
that's fair. That's
Easy.
fair. I feel like they're gonna force him a
Give
lot of
that
targets.
man his respect. One of the most underrated receivers in the NFL. No cap.
I like him more than DK, and I did since college. DK is crazy. I don't want to take that away
Agreed.
from him. AJ Brown always has been a better route runner. I like his hands more. I mean, DK's just got that freaking nature aspect to him that AJ can't beat. But I love everything about AJ Brown, wide receiver 1 season.
He has a lot more polish as a receiver, 100%. He's more of a natural wide receiver, and he has been since college, 100%. I agree.
And he killed the Falcons at one time.
Yeah. But he also which team was that? Was it it wasn't the Falcons where he was trying to get tackled, or the team was trying to tackle him and he broke like every single tackle and scored a touchdown?
Every single tackle. I know what play
was it the Vikings?
I think it was the Vikings, actually. Maybe. That play was crazy.
An entire 11-man defense.
Yeah.
That was awesome to see, though. Okay, well we're at the hour mark. I'd say that was a pretty successful episode. Trevor kind of stole the show. He stole the podcast from us. So I guess
that's what I gotta do.
This is farewell, I guess. I hope y'all.
Oh, it was the Ravens. It was
the Ravens.
Against the Ravens.
That's an even
Ravens.
Actually, I won't say that's an even better defense. It was definitely a better defense last year, though. But okay, well, still no outro. I don't even know if we're ending it here.
Yeah, man. Good talks. Great guest to bring on, Miles. You did good, and Trent, bro, you're very funny with the takes. And they weren't only funny, but they were actually really good too. So it was good talks. Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Nah, it was great to be a part of this. I love what y'all are doing over here. I find that y'all both are super knowledgeable about football.
Yeah, we some nerds.
So I wanted to try to big nerds, man, some football nerds. But I wanted to try and come in here with my lack of knowledge. Maybe I'll spice it up a little bit, give it a little bit of Trevor twist.
Trevor twist.
I came to conquer, baby. I came to conquer. That's what we did
sir.
today.
All right. Well, I guess this is signing off once again. Thanks for hopping on, Trevor. Even though you did just steal the podcast, like I said, but we.
Oh yeah, and make sure you guys give feedback. It's not even more so the likes and sharing and stuff like that, but well, of course that is appreciated, of course. But mainly just feedback so we can continue to get better, because that's all what we're about. And people like our boy
Trevor.
His name is Trevor.
His name is Trevor.
Oh, Trevor? Oh my God, I'm so good. Yo, cut that out. That out.
We're leaving that in.
Did it twice.
We're leaving that in.
I did it twice.
We gotta leave that in.
See, I thought I messed up the first time, and I just overthought it too much, man.
You know his name.
Okay.
I know you know his name.
Nah, man, I forgot.
Hey, I'll take that
so
over
bad.
Travis. No matter times people have called me Travis. I welcome Trent.
True.
Okay, our boy Travis here. You know, he came out and asked to come on, so that means that he does respect what we're doing, And, that honestly means a lot. So
It does.
If you guys have any suggestions as well for us to talk about anything that you would want us to talk about your favorite team or whatever that be, just let us know. It's not hard to reach us, and we're going to continue to do this for sure.
Bet.
100%,
And
man.
I will say,
what y'all doing. This is good stuff.
I will say I apologize for my mic last episode. I realized that was 100% on me. There was nothing I could do to fix it. So if y'all just want to ignore that last episode and watch the mock draft and then turn on some Trevor Twist, just skip to this. I might have to put that in the cap.
Travis Twist.
Twist,
let's name that. That's gonna be the name of the podcast. That's gonna be the first part. Just Trevor Twist.
Let's go.
But
The Trevor Twist, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like Koa said, feedback will be greatly appreciated, but I guess we'll sign off now. Thanks for tuning in if you're here, and excited for more stuff to come. Hopefully we'll be recording more often, but yeah, like I said, we'll catch y'all. Okay, wait.
And that is the mixed report.
That's going to be the end.